Alright, so we're all CS players, we all love skins. That's why we're here. But everybody's always talking about the best skins. How come nobody's ever talking about the worst? But I have a very clear idea on what skin that is. I've been hating on this skin for a while, and I even have a bind dedicated for it. But every now and then, I always get the same question on why I think it's a bad skin. But I think we need to place a basis on what constitutes a good skin. Well, I'm going to say right off the bat that it does not have to be expensive. Honestly, the PT50 Sand Dune is not a bad skin. Some people say the Sand Dune is bland and cheap, but honestly, I don't care. Because if I'm going to shit on somebody's inventory, I don't want to just call them broke, especially if they don't put money into CS. Everyone can have the Sand Dune because it's in the drop pool. In my eyes, any skin that's from the drop pool is not a terrible skin, because if you're trying to play CS with some skins and you don't want to funnel mental amounts of money into the game, then the drop pool is where you get your skins. Also, the Sand Dune has a cult-like following. I am not going to shit on that skin. But let's look at another cheap-ass skin. The AK-47 Safari Mesh. Yeah, it's cheap, and one, it's in the drop pool, but two, it's a pattern-based skin. I know most of you guys are only into the cool pattern-based skins like the 5.7 Kami or the AK-47 Case Hardened, but you guys gotta see that some of these pattern-based skins, you can have some of the most unique patterns that nobody cares about. I know that sounds stupid, but it makes your gun unique. Like, think about the Urban Mast. I bet you some of you dumbasses didn't even know that the Urban Mast was a pattern-based skin, and you can get cool patterns with it. But look at this white gem. Yeah, it's definitely cope, but I don't give two fucks. It is a pattern-based skin, and it's pretty sick. Like, I'd be pissed if I unboxed a knife and it was an Urban Mast, but if it was a white gem, if it was that nice, unique white gem, I'd honestly love it. I'd honestly use that shit all the time. Big copium, but I don't care. I even remember like the slaughter knives. I think there's like an anomaly pattern or something. So like for anomaly, that's pretty sick, you know? But of course, we can't forget about all the cool skins. Like we got the Gungnir, the Wild Lotus, Dragon Lord, Desert Hydra, Factory New Vice Gloves, AK Case Hardened Scar Pattern Index 661, Pink Panther Eye by Power AK-47 Jaguar, or even a 4X Reason Hollow Max 10 Heat. But these skins are expensive, and daddy's broke, so we can't just judge a skin on the price. But I think I finally let out enough information so I can finally tell you guys what this abomination of a skin is. So, the worst skin in existence is the AK-47 Elite build. Hopefully you all agree with that already, but let me break it down for you. If you're one of those monkeys who buys skins that are not from the drop pool, I think we usually prioritize a few skins in our loadout. Usually, this is the AWP, the M4, M4A1S, and the AK. Sometimes, even if you got a little more money, you'll do your knife and glove, but usually these three guns are the best. With that being said, your AK skin should be one of the nicer skins in your loadout. But, Sin, I unboxed the case I got from a drop, and it was one of the skins I unboxed. Well, let me tell you why you're still a dumbass. Number one, it's a blue. Are you really proud of that pull? And number two, it still means that you sold your soul to the Gamba, which I may or may not be opposed to. But you, sir, have gambled. Congratulations. And not only that, you lost. You lost big time. And finally, number three, if you did unbox this skin, you probably checked the market price at the time. And just to let you know, it's a lot more than other blues would be. So if you did have a brain, you probably would just resell the AK and test your luck again. Statistically speaking, you are due for a knife. Alright, imagination fantasy time. You log into CS2 after a long, hard day of work, working a 9 to 5, and your weekly drop is available. You queue up and you get a quick win and get your reward. Bang! You see it. A Chroma 2 case from your drop. You say to yourself, wow, this is lucky. I got a case in the rare drop pool, which is around 1% chance of getting. So you decide to test your luck and open it. You put your credit card number in and you buy your lovely Chroma 2 case. You screen share with your friend and you say, alright bro, we're gonna get this gold right here. You and your friend both chant, gold, gold, gold! Even you start to believe you might see that shiny yellow glint that glares off that extraordinary item. You look at your two options in front of yourself, open to rent or open to keep. Easy choice, you say to yourself. Fuck renting skins, I'm opening up a factory new M9 Bayonet Black Pearl. You click open a keep, and as fast as you can blink, the case starts rolling by. Skin after skin, blues, purples, pinks, even a red passes by. You think, what glorious skin might Daddy Gaben bless me with tonight? The roll slows down. Tick, tick, tick. You see the glorious shape of an AK-47 rolling into view. But what the What the fuck is that? Is that an A? What AK-47 is a blue? Oh, that's right, the fucking elite build. All right, imagination over. Wet dream is dried up. Here's the real question. You got four options. One is correct. I'm gonna give it to you guys in Who Wants to Be a Skillionaire style. You open a case and you get a minimal wear AK-47 elite build. Do you A, keep it, B, trade it up, C, sell it, or D, give it to your broke friend who doesn't buy skins? I'm being 100% serious when I say this. Don't even give this skin to your friend. If I would probably unadd anybody who tries to send me this skin as a gift. I would rather run a default AK with no stickers than that shit. If you couldn't tell the correct answer, it was B, trade it up, because it gets the shitty ass skin out of the skin pool. But let's even take a look at the skin, because I haven't even touched on that yet. You're telling me this piece of shit looks good. Look, if you enjoy clean, black, sleek skins, there's such a thing of the AK-47 slate that looks 10 times better. And that's not even an opinion, that's just straight fact. Cause one, it's a purple, so it has some rarity to it. Two, you can pretty much pair it with any sort of sticker combo and it will look beautiful. Three, it doesn't have restarted writing on the side. Like, has anybody even read the words on the gun? Mastery Siri Aim. That's what it says. That literally sounds like if a high school set up a fucking CS2 tournament, that's what they would call it. But don't think I'm shitting on the skin creator here, because honestly the AWP Elite build is pretty nice. There's not too many Black Ops skins, and it's on the cheaper side for an AWP, so it might be a nice pickup. But there are so many better EK skins than the Elite build. The amount of times I see this skin too is incredible. Look, there's so many of this skin, there are even fucking duplicates of the same exact skin. The amount of fucking duplicate elite builds I've seen is incredible. It's not even that they duplicated them with some bot glitch or trade glitch or something like that. It's just because there's so fucking many of them that they're just everywhere. So it's very possible your very elite build is being used by somebody else. Some people might say this happens to other skins too, but suck my balls, I don't really care. Oh my god, and don't get me started on if it's not even stat track. Shitty souvenir grays are even nicer because of the unique sticker pattern that they have. But if there's one saving grace that can get you out of this shitty skin, that's a big maybe on that too. I just want to let you guys know. Is that if you had this skin for a while and you've put a good amount of kills on it, then A, honestly, keep running it. I respect you for that. However, if your StatTrack Elite build is sitting at less than 5,000 real non-idle server kills, then get 9 other blues and toss that shit up into a trade up. Alright, well I don't really want to hate on the elite build that much, but it is still the worst skin in the game. I challenge any of you to find a worse skin worse than the elite build, but I do want to say you better come equipped with a bunch of talking points. I don't think there's any skin that can possibly be worse than the elite build in my opinion, and genuinely anybody defending this skin is probably a Valorant player, but it's okay. Not all of us had loving and supporting dads. But anyway, Sparkles, I got an idea for your next video. You're going to be doing Glock Fade trade-ups using Elite Build fillers. Beautiful video idea. It trims the population of these shit skins. And maybe, actually, if this happens enough, I'll actually like the Elite Build, because it'll make it a little rarer than it should be.